Oh my god, you guys are gonna see me instead of seeing my hands. We'll see how this goes. Alright, well this might be a little hard for me to look at the camera because one, I'm being blinded by lights, but I'm gonna try. So today I'm gonna be doing the VR to Moon Babies tarot collection or tarot collector. Actually, if I knew, tarot collector. Yeah, that's what it's called. So there are 9 questions. I have my iPad on my lap here with the questions on them, and we're gonna go through them. So the first one is, what is your most expensive deck? My most expensive deck is the Halloween Magic Tarot, which is this baby right here. There you go, right there. By the way, back here, this is my tarot shelf, and then behind me is my oracle shelf. But this is my most expensive deck. This one was $90. I don't think I paid, I think shipping was free, and I bought it during October, so like Halloween season. So they also sent a yes or no tarot coin with the deck. I'm just gonna quickly show you what the deck looks like. This has silver gilded edges. Sorry, am I blinding you? Oh, my bad. This is the back. And like the title, it's like a, here, I'm just gonna grab a few of the cards. I don't wanna hold the whole deck. Oh my God, there's something in my eye. It's Halloween themed. So these are some of the cards. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. But yeah, this one was $90. Shipped from Australia as well. And it took about a month to get here. Which, you know, not too bad, I guess. I feel like other people have waited longer for their decks to get to them. Now, do I feel it was worth 90 bucks? No, I don't think it was, but that is my most expensive deck. Can't even close the box. It's so hard to close this box. All right. The second question is, what is your least expensive deck? My least expensive deck is A.E. Wyatt Tarot. Ooh, look at that hollow. Dang, that's pretty. This one I got on Amazon. When I got it on Amazon, it was for like 10 bucks. Maybe with tax, it was like 12. I edged mine with black Copic marker, which was a mistake because it kind of bleeds on your fingers like alcohol inks do with your sweat. But this is my least expensive tarot deck. And you know what's funny? I've seen people trying to sell the same deck for like $30. Like I've seen, you know how you get those advertisements on your Facebook or your Instagram? I've seen people with the same deck, same backing, trying to sell it for like $30. I'm like, this deck is like 10 bucks on Amazon, bruh. But yeah, that's my least expensive. Oh, I hope I didn't get anything on my hands. And I don't really use it anymore because of the gilding or the edges, like the Copic marker coming off of my fingers. So I don't really use this deck anymore, even though it's like hollow and really pretty. Next question is the deck other collectors want to steal from your collection. Now the thing is, yes, I collect decks, tarot and oracle. And what's the other one? Lenormand? But I personally don't think I have any deck that other people would want to steal. Like I don't have any, as far as I'm aware, I don't have any out of print decks. Now, I've been told that this deck might be out of print or soon to be out of print. Again, not 100% sure, but this is the only one I could think of, which is the Angel Tarot. Look how pretty that is. And this is, I don't think this is a full 78 card deck. Does it say in this box? I think this is only at 72. If you can see that, 72 cards. And this is by Rockpool? I'll say Rockefellers? No, Rockpool. Wow, Rosa, the box is upside down. There you go. I'm sorry, guys. This is the first time I'm really showing my face on here. Anywho, so the cards are kind of, do you see that? It's kind of like doing a weird wonky morph thing. I don't know. It kind of came that way in the box, to be honest. But aside from that, the cardstock is really good quality. This is the back. It's not like gold gilded, but you know, kind of gives that illusion, I guess. And it's a matte finish. I'm kind of annoyed that it's getting that weird bowed looking thing, but this is one of the cards. So you have the angel, you have the tarot name up top, like this is the sun, you have the angel name, what they're the angel of, you have the picture of the angel, and then down here you have like a little incantation or phrase towards that angel. And if you see on the sides, you also have their sigils as well. I was gonna say glyphs, sigils right here. And each of them, this one is upside down, each of them have their own sigil. So if you see here, the sigils are different. So each of them have their own sigil on there. So that's the only deck that I could think of if other collectors were to steal it. Again, I don't have, as far as I'm aware, out of print decks. I think this deck is going out of print if it isn't already. I just read somewhere that it was, but I don't have like super out of print decks or anything like that. All right, next question is, what is your strangest deck? AKA what I would just say, what is your most unique looking deck? Or see, when I think of strangest, I think of like creepy, and to be honest, this is the one that came to mind, the Darker More Tarot, because some of these drawings and images, I was like, whoa. Like for example, the Hanged Man is actually a hanged man, like they're hung by their throat. And when I saw that, I'm like, trigger for some people, trigger. But let's see if I can find a weird, well, this one is kind of weird. This one is the Sun card, because like they have some weird looking creatures. Like, what is that? What is that? What are you down here? What are you? Looks like a rat person. But it's just like interesting. Let's see if I can find another one. Interesting characters here. This one. Well, this one, this person is carving some weird looking characters or things that they've seen. Why does that look like Mulder from the X-Files? Just a little bit. But that is what came to mind when I thought of like, what is the most strangest deck that I have? It's just what came to mind when I thought of the word strange. Strange and interesting. All right, next question is the deck other collectors are least likely to have in their collection. That would be my Adventures Tarot, the Empress deck. Now this is a deck that you can use if you guys are aware of D&D or have played D&D. This is a deck that is meant for D&D, but the creator of the deck also advised you're able to use it as a tarot deck. Now you're probably asking, well, how it doesn't look like a tarot deck. Aside from that, I still see this as a tarot deck. It does come with a little booklet. However, as you can see, the booklet was really tiny. I think from what I get off of this deck is it kind of has, it's probably like one of those where it's mainly major arcana. Although I personally think that some of the cards in here kind of represent minor arcana cards. But again, to each their own. This is 103 cards in the deck. There are quite a few duplicates in here. Let's see if I can find one for you to show. I did do a flip through on this, so if you can just check my playlist for deck flip throughs or reviews, you will find this one. But this deck does have duplicates, and they're just different color codings. Here, I think I found one. Give me a second. There's like 103 cards, so it's a bit, yeah, okay. So here we have the Fae, and then we have the Four Fae. So if you look at the cards, these beautiful looking cards, they're exactly the same image, right? But just colored differently. So a lot of the cards are like that. They have like duplicates of each other, but they're colored differently. And all of the cards have their own gold foiling details in there. See, isn't that pretty? So I haven't seen many other tarot collectors show this deck or show that they have this deck. Probably because it was initially made for D&D, but it can be used as tarot. So that's the deck that I chose. And I also ordered this little cute bag that came with it, which is really huge. So comfortably fits this big ass deck. Again, this is the Adventurers Tarot, the Empress deck. And this one is by, where is their info? By Weird Works. I actually found them on Instagram. That's their cute logo right there. I actually found them on Instagram when I was like just searching hashtag tarot decks or hashtag oracle decks. And I found their profile there, and then I saw that at the time they were kind of like finishing up their last minute, like the Kickstarter was done, but you know how sometimes they post on their website, hey, we have a few decks left if you want to pre-order. So I did a pre-order, I didn't do the Kickstarter. But I found them on Instagram. I was like, oh my God, this artwork looks beautiful. I need this deck. But that's the deck I chose for that question. The next question is, what is your oldest deck / the deck you've had the longest? So I'm gonna go with the deck that I've had the longest. I don't actually know how old some of these decks are, but the deck that I've had the longest is the Gothic Tarot, which I also have a flip through of on my channel. I've had this deck since I was 16, and I gilded this one or colored the edges black. As you can see right now, this is the back of them. And this is also my very, I don't know if I said that earlier, it's my oldest deck, and it's also the very first one that I ever got. But I was a bit confused. I didn't know what tarot was at the time. I kind of just picked it out because it was Gothic, and I was all about, you know, Gothic beauty, anything Gothic, things like that. I was one of those like romantic Victorian goth people back in the day. But this one was pretty hard for me to understand because it doesn't give you much to work off of. Like, it's kind of like half pip deck and half not pip deck. This is totally upside down. There you go. But yeah, this is the oldest tarot deck that I have. I got it when I was 16, which was almost 20 years ago. That's giving away my age. Almost 20 years ago. Okay, not 20 years ago. Almost 20 years ago. All right, the next question is, what is your newest deck? My newest deck right now is actually Tarot of the Sweet Twilight. I actually have not even opened this yet. It still has the plastic. As I'm filming this, I still have yet to do a flip through of this deck. So this is the newest tarot deck that I have. And I also had one of my viewers tell me that this one is actually also going out of print pretty soon. I think I spent maybe like 4 months trying to find a legit copy that wasn't super expensive to buy, and I ended up getting this one when it was back in Amazon, only this time they had it for like 40 bucks plus tax. The first time I saw it, which I wish I would have grabbed it then, it was like 20 bucks. But now, 4 months later, they have it back up, only it's being sold by somebody else, and they were selling it for 40 bucks. But That is my newest deck. The next question is the deck that made you want to collect decks in the first place. Now, in regards to tarot, I think the first deck that made me want to collect tarot decks was the first indie deck that I ever got. I didn't know what indie decks were at the time. I didn't know that was a thing, and it was also the first indie deck, or actually the first tarot deck that I kind of ended up seeing on Instagram. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing on Instagram, that people had profiles to advertise that they're making their own tarot decks and things like that. And that would be the This Might Hurt Tarot. So this was the deck that kind of kickstarted me to wanting to collect tarot decks. Let me show you a few of the cards. I got the silver holographic one. I think I've seen people have like a dark, like a black holographic edge, which I'm kind of jelly because I like black and I like holographic, and black and holographic, you know, like what the hell. But this is still pretty. Look at that hollow. And the cards feel great. It's a matte finish. They feel really sturdy. They shuffle like a dream. The colors are really vibrant. And I also like the artwork too. So this was the deck that started it all. The This Might Hurt Tarot. That started my tarot collecting journey. Or even like, well, yeah, Oracle too, actually. Just like deck collecting in general. All right, I think we're on our last question now, which is, what is your favorite deck from your collection? Now, the favorite tarot deck in my collection, which is also my #1 tarot deck, is the Children of Litha Tarot. These cards, I think, are a bit smaller than your typical tarot size. And they have black edges. It's also a really nice rose petal finish. The cards are a bit thicker than what I'm used to. I think the Dark Mansion Tarot is also rose petal finish, but their cards are normal tarot size. Well, at least the one I got. And the cardstock is a bit thinner. Not flimsy enough where to me it feels like I'll rip it, but it is thinner. These are a bit thicker than that, which I feel makes it harder for me to shuffle the deck, as opposed to the Dark Mansion Tarot. But this is the favorite deck in my collection. If my home were to catch on fire, this would be the deck that I would grab first before I'd run out. If I had time to grab anything, that is. This is still my #1 in my collection. Since getting the Dark Mansion Tarot, though, it's kind of like, did it beat this #1 spot? No. I think the Dark Mansion Tarot is really close, but this one is still my #1, the Children of Litha Tarot. I'm excited for the creator's second deck coming out too. So hopefully I can get a copy, but we'll see. But yeah, this one is my favorite. It was really hard to pick between this one and the Dark Mansion Tarot, which it was really close. But this is ultimately my #1. And I love it. It's great. It's great. I love it. All right. I think that was all of the questions for today. So thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys. If you have any questions for me in general or regarding the decks that I showed you, let me know. And I apologize if I was looking like a mess. This is the first video that I'm doing where I'm actually showing my face and talking to you directly. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. I'll see you guys later. Bye.